Okay, so today we're going to talk about CruisePro and CruiseSpace, and they are both on Agent Universe. The instructions for registering with Agent Universe are in the Travel Cafe in your back office. It does take several days to get approved, so you definitely want to get started on that now in case you need to use it. So there's two things in there. One is CruisePro, which is a tool to search to find cruises. So if you've had a client that said to you, well, I don't know, I want to go on a cruise, maybe this summer sometime, maybe to the Caribbean, I don't care. And they just, do not give you a lot of information. It's a way to start narrowing it down to see at least which cruise lines are going out of the port that they want to go out of and maybe to the location that they sort of want to go to that they're not really being specific about. So it's just for searching. Now, within Agent Universe, you can actually book through it. I don't know if we're not allowed to book through it, but everyone I've ever talked to said that they do not book through it. They go directly to the cruise supplier and book through the cruise supplier, but they just use this as a search engine. The other thing they have is something called CruiseSpace, which is something just for people with Travel Leaders Network. It's exclusive to them. So it's something that you can offer to your clients that no one else can offer them. So it gives you a little bit of an edge. So if you want to do a mock booking on a cruise, I would say come in here and pick something that has one of these different amenities that are being offered, because they're not going to be offered on the regular website for the cruise line. Down here, I show you how to get to some of these things, because I know myself, when I'm on a webinar, watching them click around, I'm like, oh yeah, that's easy. And then I go to do it myself and I'm like, where were they? What were they doing? And I can never find it again. So right here, if you want info on CruisePro, when you are on Agent Universe, you're going to click on where it says Agency Ops, and then you're just going to follow to these other links. If you want CruisePro Search Engine, you're going to click on Book It and then CruisePro, and we'll be going into Agent Universe, and I will show you this. But if you want CruiseSpace info, you're going to click on Programs and CruiseSpace. And if you want to watch videos, you're going to go to the Travel Leaders Training Library, which is under the quick links, and you're just going to put in the search bar there, CruisePro or CruiseSpace, whichever one you want to find out more information about. And they have tons and tons and tons of recorded trainings, and also you can register for upcoming live trainings. So before I show you CruisePro, I want to talk to you about these different amenities that they have, because you're going to see them in CruisePro, and I want to explain them before we get to them. So we have distinctive voyages. With that, you get a host on board the cruise ship, you get a cocktail reception, and you get an exclusive shore event. And this is a shore event that is not offered to the general public. It's not offered to the other people on the cruise. It's only people who book through agents who use Travel Leaders Network. They also have amenity departures. You can get things like shipboard credit, restaurant meals, wine, prepaid gratuities. And then there's something called culinary collection, and it's always paired with either a distinctive voyage or an amenity departure, and it has a culinary theme. It could be a dinner at the table with the captain. It could be a special cooking class. It's all different things. So the amenity departures, there are over 3,700 cruise departures, over 20 cruise lines. The amenity has no additional cost to you or your client. The onboard credit usually ranges between $25 to $300. You just have to pay attention, because sometimes it'll be per stateroom, sometimes it's per person. There's different specialty dining, prepaid gratuities, wine and champagne. So these are all of the different types of things that are offered in CruiseSpace with the amenity departure. They have a couple other things that are really interesting. They have something called Block Space Program, and it's only offered with these two cruise lines, and you get a very high commission, 25% or 20%. So you can, again, just look for those specific cruises in that program and do mock bookings on them, because when you sell them, you're going to make a really good commission. And then they have this other thing, HQ Group, and it's a group pricing advantage. This is only on Celebrity and Royal Caribbean, and it has discounted cruise rates that are not on the website. Now, a lot of times if they have a special promotion running, that special promotion will be lower than these group pricing. But if they just have regular pricing going on, this group pricing is actually pretty good. And you don't have to have a group. You're kind of taking your people and sticking them in with a travel leaders group. Here are the different cruise lines that offer the amenity departures. And again, here is all the information and how to find it when you're in Travel Leaders Network. Distinctive Voyages is the one where you have a host, a private cocktail reception, and an exclusive shore event. These are the different cruise lines that offer the Distinctive Voyages. Also with Distinctive Voyages, they will sometimes have a private car with a driver or a tour guide. If you don't want to do the private tour that is already pre-selected, they have this thing called As You Wish, where you can pick where you want to go and the driver will take you there, or it could be replaced with $200 of onboard credit. They have tons and tons of marketing materials back there. There's videos you can use, flyers, ebook, logo, banner ads, a social media toolkit, all about these different cruise space amenities. And once we get back there, I'll show you where to find that. The culinary collection, like I said, it's a themed culinary sailing, and it is only on these premium luxury cruise lines. It's always paired with an amenity departure or a distinctive voyage. And the extra thing you get is related to food somehow, some way. So in CruisePro, there are 23 cruise lines. These are all of the different cruise lines that are in there. And if your client wants to go on one of these cruise lines, or if they don't know what cruise line they want to go on, you can search them all back here to narrow it down. In CruisePro, you can search by all these different ways, and we're going to jump back there in a moment and I will show you. And then you also have this comparison feature in CruisePro where you can select up to 5 different sailings, and it gives you this nice little chart of comparison, and you can email it to your client, and it could have pricing or no pricing, however you want to do it. All right, so let's get into Agent Universe. Okay, so I had all of these places listed on my little thing. Well, let me give this to you because I think last time I did this, I told people I'd give it to them afterward, and then I forgot to. So let's see, share. Anyone with the link? Anyone with the link? Let's see if this works. I can't find my chat box. Okay. Control B. Oh, I forgot to copy it. There we go. Okay, so I just put a link to this document in the chat box. Here is TLN Training Library. So if you go in here, they have tons of trainings in here. Any topic you can think of, just put it here in the search bar and see what comes up. But since we're talking about CruisePro and Cruise Space, I'm just going to put CruisePro. And they have all of these different things for you to watch. Some are videos, some are a tip sheet, which basically is just a PDF of what they covered in the video, just giving you like a handout. So all of this stuff, and then load more. I mean, like I said, tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff back here. And you don't have to just use this for, searching for CruisePro. Let's talk about, how do you do social media marketing? Oh, only 100 results, not that many. Tons of stuff back here. I mean, you could literally spend hours back here. All right, enough with that. That's where you find all your resources for trainings, programs, cruise space, And then you can click on each one of these to find out more about each program. So here is amenity departure. Here's the different cruise lines I showed you that offer it. And then it gives you a little description of the typical amenity offered by that cruise line. There's flyers here. We've got them in US dollars, Canadian. Onward amenity flyer. Let's see what this has. So you can use a lot of these for promotional materials. Featured voyages flyer. That sounds nice. Look at all this stuff. The problem with Agent Universe is there's so much stuff you can never get to it all. That's the problem. They have a lot of stuff. Here you go for amenity, departure dates, booking instructions, and frequently asked questions. It'll give you all the information you need to know. And if you can't find the information, or you find it, but you just don't really understand what it's saying to you, just call them or use live chat when it's available. All of your suppliers are very, very helpful. Don't ever feel like you can't call and ask a question. I ask questions in chat groups a lot, on Discord or Facebook. And I find that, sometimes I'll get 10 different answers because a lot of times people are giving their experience, answers based on their experience. But that may have changed since they had that experience. So don't be afraid to go directly to the source and get an accurate answer. Let's see, agency ops, agency tools, booking tools, CruisePro, agent, and there's all sorts of stuff on CruisePro here. So this is where you find all the CruisePro info. Up here under programs and cruise space is all the cruise space info, and then book it and CruisePro is how you get to the CruisePro tool. So if someone gives you a very specific sailing, you can look it up on here. But since you're not booking through here, I don't really see the point of looking up a specific sailing on here unless you're searching to see if it has one of these special amenities. That's the only reason I would search a very specific sailing is if my client says they want to go on a specific sailing, I would look in here to see if it has any of these amenities available for it. But typically, you get a client who goes, oh, I don't know, let's go to the Caribbean. And, I don't know, sometime this summer I'd like to go. Maybe like June or July. So you can put in these parameters, where they want to go, the dates they want to go. Let's close that for a second because I think you can just do Caribbean in general without picking. Okay, there you go. Any length, this really helps to narrow it down. Most people are typically in the 3 to 5 or 6 to 9 range. So that's a good way to narrow it down. Let's say they said, 3 nights, 4 nights, nothing more than 5 nights. So at least you have that to go with. You can narrow it by cruise type. I just leave this one open and, it's going to just give me all the different sailings. If you know what line they want to go with, what cruise line, you can select it in here or you can leave it blank. If they also gave you the ship in particular that they like, you can put it in here and you can just go directly to that ship. And departure ports. So typically people will know what port is closest to them that they want to leave from. In Florida, it gets a little tricky because they're all pretty close together. Sometimes you're searching 3 or 4 ports in Florida. So let's go with Galveston. If I wanted to search for a specific type of voyage that has some sort of special with it, I could check that box, but I'm not going to because they're going to show up anyway. Search. So we have 28 cruises to search through, which is still a lot. Here it tells you how many it's showing. So if 28, it's only showing 20, you'd have to go to the next page, but who wants to do that? I like to see them all on one spot. So we're going to do this. So from here, how would you start to narrow it down? Well, a couple things I would look at is, well, this actually makes it nice and easy. We've only got 2 cruise lines going out of here, Royal Caribbean and Carnival. So their price point is going to make the decision for me. If they have a lower price point, I'm going to search just the Carnival cruises. If they have a higher price point, I'm going to search through Royal Caribbean. The other thing, now this isn't giving us much variety, but a lot of times there will be different ships. So for Carnival, all it's doing is Carnival Breeze. And for Royal Caribbean, it's only doing Voyager of the Seas. But a lot of times, say it's Royal Caribbean and they have 3 different ships, I will search each ship to see which one I think would fit the client best, especially if I know they have younger kids. You know, the line that has the most fun different things on there would be the one I'm looking for. So that's another way.
Hey Siri, how's your weather today?
Hey guys, can you mute
Hey
yourselves?
Siri, how's the weather today? Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes.
Is that me? All right, I don't know. Anyway.
Hey Siri, play some music.
Oh my God, is that going to keep doing that? So let's say they are on the higher end of the spectrum for their price point. So we can eliminate Carnival, and I can come over here to brands, narrow results, and we're going to just stick with Royal. So here you can see these little check marks. These are the different amenities and all the different extras that they have. So this sailing, if you just hover over it, it's an amenity departure, and it has shipboard credit per stateroom. Like I said, some are staterooms, some are per person, of $50. And you can just hover over each one to see what they have. These are probably all going to be the same, but that's one way you can differentiate yourself. So again, if you want to go back to doing a mock booking, why would you promote this cruise? I'm sorry, this cruise, when you could promote this one and say, book with me and you'll get $50 onboard credit per stateroom that you're not going to get from someone else. If we just want to look at one particular sailing, this other thing here, this NR is the deposit is non-refundable. Oops, I clicked on that. I didn't mean to, sorry. Here, if you want to know more about this cruise, you can click there on this, or you can click over here on info, and it will take you to another page. It's going to give you all sorts of information. This sailing on July 6th has the amenity of the $50 onboard credit, where these other sailing dates don't. So it is very specific to certain sailings. It's not every single sailing of that ship on every date. They give you a lot of information over here, information on the ship, the deck plans, different onboard experiences, shore excursions. This doesn't really apply so much anymore, but it will take you to their page directly with the cruise line for any type of updates you need to be aware of with coronavirus or anything else that might become something we need to check on. And what's this? Cruise with confidence policy. That might be a broken link. I don't know if that's a cruise with confidence policy. It looks like it's just frequently asked questions. But it does give you a lot of information. Over here, it gives you the starting price for an inside, outside, balcony, and suite. And like I said, this is all just information. If I want specific pricing information, I'll go directly to the cruise line, but this is just helping me to narrow down my search. Also, I wanted to go back to search. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. So let's go back to the search. So say you've narrowed it down to a couple different sailings and you want your client to check it out. You can select up to 5. And then go to compare selection. And it gives you all of this information. If you click on Voyager of the Seas, gives you some information on that specific ship. Tells you about the amenity departure that it's offering. Gives you the basic starting pricing. And then again, if you click here, it's going to go back to that other screen with the more detailed information. So here with this email, you can check this to include prices or uncheck it. And then you can send to my email program, which I don't know what that is. I don't think that works. I'm checking my email right now to see if I'm receiving an email, but it's not. I wonder if this is just where you, I don't know. Let's see, copy to clipboard. We're going to do that. And then you can send that in an email to your client. And when they click on it, this is what they'll see. And from here, they can click on that. So this is what they're getting. I guess, did I click not to, I didn't include prices in this one. Let's go back. And let's do include prices, copy to clipboard. And now it includes prices, and that's what will be sent to your client. So it's a nice little comparison feature if you want your clients to compare a couple different cruises. It gives the itinerary and the dates and the starting points for the categories of the different cabins. Let's go back to one more thing. I don't want CruisePro. All right, I went here. I want to go to cruise space, the amenity departures. So I had mentioned a couple different things that they have that I haven't really shown you yet. Where is it? Let's see, amenity departures, overview. Oh, here we go. Marketing. So here's this ebook with the culinary collection offering right there. There's flyers for all of this different ones. There's banner ads for all of these. There's that one. So you can use these in your marketing. What's this ebook? Let's check out the ebook. Well, that's pretty cool, huh? So they have a lot of really good content back here for marketing. Wow, 84 pages. We're not going through that whole thing. Distinctive voyages. Here they go into the car and driver overview. I'll give you more information on that. Give you booking instructions, a registration form. So all the information is back here. I have never booked any of these, so I'm not going to have a lot of answers if you ask me specific questions. I just know that it's back here, and I think it's really cool. And I think everyone should at least know about it. This is the blocked space program where you get the higher commission rate. They get an onboard credit of $300. So all of the information on this is back here. This is Canadian, US, consumer flyers. Let's see this one. Receive $300 onboard credit, and then you get the additional, the higher commission on these specific sailings. So again, you want to do a mock booking, pick one where you're going to get higher commission, promote that. And then they also get $300 on board credit. So it's a win-win for both of you. And I think that is it. Did that one, booking instructions, maybe this overview. Let me see this. Okay, this is one other thing that I talked about in the slides, is this group pricing. So it is only with Celebrity and Royal Caribbean. you have to come here to this. It takes you to a spreadsheet. Oops, open on my other screen. To use this, you have to click on Enable Editing. So if you just use it now, like nothing's going to happen. You have to click on Enable Editing, and then you can sort by sale dates. You could do just 2023. You could do all these years. You can sort by where they're going, 7-night Caribbean, by the, so it's the ship, yeah, the ship, the sale date. These are more for booking, not necessarily for searching. And if you come over here, this one's sold out. What is this? Cabins. So this is the group fare for this one. If you were to book using this group program, you'd be paying this for this category, where if you were to book directly with the cruise line, they would be paying this. So they are saving $2,872 on that sailing. So that's pretty crazy, huh? So you definitely want to check out these specialty, well, not a specialty, these group pricing, because you can really, they can save a lot of money. So here it's showing you exactly how much money they are saving. Like I said, if you were to search this sailing, if it's not matching these prices, it could be because they're offering a promo, and the promo is going to kind of trump this pricing. This pricing was all gathered a while ago. So if they have a special promo going on, it might not match. And they also say, if you see that there's a big difference between what you're seeing online and what you're seeing here, to actually call into Travel Leaders Network. They'll call into the cruise line and try to get the group fare readjusted so it's lower. So that's pretty cool too. So that was, I think we did Celebrity, don't save. And then you also have Royal Caribbean. Oops, all right, that's not working today. But same thing, it's going to give you a spreadsheet and you're going to search the same way through it. You just have to click at the top to enable editing, and then you'll be able to use all the different filters on there. All right, I am going to stop recording and then we can do some questions. Give me 1 sec.